neocons constructed this idiotic strategy that the world was anxious for America to come in and force American democracy on a part of the world that wasn't even close to being ready for it.
Cheney is the devil behind the neocons, and little Bush was a puppet.
That holier than thou cowboy lunkhead tells Americans that God tells him to invade Iraq. Well, they believed him. The religious fanatics in America are scarier than the fanatics in the Middle East. This Bush beheads the most powerful man in the world as a religious nut. Half of Americans don't believe in Darwinism. The idiots came to power when all thinking people on the planet shuddered in fear of what these people could do.
By the way, your European Union is a complete joke. Your banks are filled with junk.
Thanks to American capitalism without regulation.
Oh, what do the Germans have in common with the Greeks, or the French for that matter?
Nothing. You Americans seem to think it's okay for your CIA to determine the fates of other countries, as if you alone know what's good for the world.
We alone have the balls to act.
Even when you're wrong.
So if there weren't any weapons of mass destruction, Saddam is still dangerous and the world's a better place without him.
I'm sorry, Robert, but the rest of the world looks upon your invasion of Iraq as an illegal act of war.
Your country has fallen off its high horse.
What?
Europe feels America handles themselves into Bush like a big bully in town who made everyone bend to his desires even when we knew you were wrong. We were criticized and demeaned for corrected leavings. There were no weapons of mass destruction. None of Iraq's neighbors believed it either. So your leaders found a way to lie about it and force the issue.
And damn the consequences. Either you're with us, or you're against us.
Oh, that Bush. What a cocksure idiot he turns out to be. I get my advice from God's father. Huh? Tony Blair was obligated to be Bush's bitch in Iraq.
Twice in 26 years, America backs the Shah against the Iranian people.
Whatever.
Great Ronald Reagan makes a deal with Iran before he even takes office.
And today, Bush?
CIA if ever there was one. You know, Robert, many people think old man Bush was in on the assassination of JFK.
Bullshit.
To get even for the Bay of Pigs betrayal. Those chemical weapons you heard about so much about in 2003 and 2004? America shipped them to Saddam to use on the Iranians. Instead, he uses them on the Kurds. Now who's the devil?
The only mistake we made was not taking Saddam out right then.
Mistake? You've taken him out, and now you can't leave.
You want to know why you were attacked in 2001?
Oh, I'm dying to hear this one.
Religious hatred between Christians and Muslims goes back hundreds of years. They haven't forgotten any more than the Serbs have forgotten. I think the Muslim world is telling you to back off.
We finance their families while they get together in the mosque and planning our demise. Do you know, Robert, there are new reports that extremists are recruiting our discontent Turks and then training them in Afghanistan. Germany has troops in Afghanistan. Are we next on Al-Qaeda's list? Answer that, my pacifist friends.
Please. Our Mexicans have come in, and now they have become one of the largest voting blocs in our country.
Did it ever occur to you Americans that legalizing marijuana would cure some of this unwanted violence?
Fine, okay, so please, tell me, if you can, how an entire country can fall into the depths of hell. Yeah, you Germans, so innovative. While the Russians were wasting all that ammunition, you came up with a more economical manner in which to murder, exterminate human beings.
So I choose to be a good man who believes in humanity. I'm also an internationalist, which I believe is the only way to lasting peace on earth. Think of the trillions of dollars that are being spent on weapons. If we can feed, educate, and nurture the children of the world, it won't reproduce like rabbits. Everyone on the planet can have a certain quality of life.
Socialism.
No, I'm not. People will still have the ability to achieve, to dream, and to stand out. You see, Robert, this is about bringing up the bottom of humanity. These are people, goddammit. Every human being deserves the right to live a life of luxury. We don't have to live like dogs. Those trillions of dollars no longer spent on weapons,